Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Dr. LaQuita J, PharmD Naplex strategist, founder of PharmD RPH, where I help pharmacists shift their mindset. Though I also help them shift the way they think, study, and execute so they can pass the Naplex and move forward with their career and life. And today, I want to have a real conversation with you. I want to talk about closing out Q1, stepping into Q2, and what this first quarter has taught me, what I'm reflecting on personally and professionally, and what I'm proud of, where I know I need to grow, and why I really need this next season to be about alignment, execution, wellness, and just truly love. Now, this is not one of the videos where I'm just going to come here and say new quarter, new me. All right. No, I really want to be honest. I want to be reflective. I want to be relatable. I want to talk about what it looks like when you are building, becoming, leading, serving, and still trying to take care of yourself in the process. So let's get into it, okay? Now, one of the biggest things that Q1 has revealed to me, when I think about this first quarter, I don't just think about my goals. I think about awareness. I think about what revealed to me. Of course, like things I've accomplished, and one of the biggest things that I realized is that this quarter gave me so much clarity. Not perfection tied up into a pretty bow, but really gave me clarity. It really showed me. It showed me, I'll say, where I have grown. It showed me what I'm proud of. It showed me what I've been avoiding and where I want to be more intentional into this next quarter. This quarter really made me reflect on like my faith, my fitness, my finances, my family, the fun, and really one of the biggest things is fulfillment. And if I'm being honest, one of the deeper things that kept coming up for me was this feeling, asking myself, do I feel fulfilled? Not just busy, not just productivity or just booked, but do I feel fulfilled? Because sometimes when you're doing a lot, you can feel like something's missing. You know, you're just checking all the boxes, and still there's a level of alignment that God is calling you to. And I think that is what the quarter has shown me. And I'm really proud of those things. Like it's shown me, because it may also make you say like some things, you know, that I am proud of. I'm really proud that I did not overcomplicate PharmD RPH, and I'm listening here. Mona Lisa, that thing is just going, oh my gosh, I got to look at me. I was touching my screen and did the thing, but Mona Lisa's over there going, I don't know why she going, where she going, okay? So we're gonna keep on moving forward. All right, okay. But you know, this quarter really showed me that, and one of the things I'm actually proud of is that I did not overcomplicate PharmD RPH. That means a lot to me, because being a business owner, especially when you are creative, visionary, and you care deeply about the people, it can be very easy to keep adding, keep changing, keep tweaking and overthinking and trying to make everything bigger and better and newer. But one thing I really did appreciate this quarter is that I did not complicate the vision. I stayed committed to the assignment, and that felt really good to me. I also made sure that I didn't try to I start with something so small as not being attached to the things that I could not control. One of the things is that of course, like realizing that, hey, assistant is needed, and I'm just really proud of myself for hiring an assistant, and then to also just continue to show up, because I remember some moments where I was like, am I really supposed to be doing this? And I wasn't sure, but I'm glad I kept on going, because I'm just so proud of the work that we have done in the Naplex Play program. I'm proud of the pharmacists who have joined. I get to impart on their PharmD RPH journey, and get to really show them and like see the evolution of their life and their career. I'm proud that we are continuing to build something that truly serves pharmacists in a deeper way, not just help them study, but help them transform how they think, how they approach the exam, how they see themselves. And I'm even more so proud of the March 4th event that we had. That was a big deal. It was so good. We probably gonna rerun it really soon. And I was able to host the event to really pour into pharmacists, to speak life into them, to create a space for them to not just think about passing Naplex, but really think about what it takes to become a registered pharmacist and create that life and career they want. That meant something to me. Those moments really remind me that this work really matters. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm also grateful for this quarter my faith. Like, I really just took time out on my faith, and I'm gonna be really honest with y'all and say that my relationship with God has become more intentional. Not just saying like because I've been really going through with the flows and motions, like very passive, but really realizing that clarity where I have to be more intentional. So that's one of the key things that I'm doing this next quarter, is like going back to doing my God dates I used to do. I know this sounds different to some people, but for me, it was like, it's really for me creating that intentional time to sit with God, to be quiet, to journal, to pray, to read, reflect, because you know, life gets so busy and we carry around a lot, and when we're leading, building, coaching, working, serving, trying to do all the things together, it can just shift that mode. We just functioning and not being fulfilled. And for me, I want to be fulfilled. I want to be led. I want to live from a place of peace and not just pressure. So I really want to embrace this. So in Q2, I'm really embracing like being so intentional with God, because I feel like this time I was just really not as intentional. I want to focus more on my stillness and my reflection. And even so, bringing to like my spiritual health, going to my fitness and my fitness health, because that's been a major point. I'm so proud of myself. I said that this quarter I'll be focusing on fasting. I did. January, I opened up the year with fasting. I was fasting for 66. February, February, I did a big thing that I did a 3-day water fast. That was so powerful for me. It showed me like my discipline and things of this nature. I didn't even realize that would be so predominant for me. Like, say, like when sometimes I want to just like cope, because one of my coping mechanisms is going to food. It's like, no. The question is, but girl, you did a 3-day fast, so you really need that? Like, it's just because I spend so much time doing that. Doing that water fast, it really showed me like how bad my habits were. So I'm really excited about that. And I think this quarter here, I really have tasked myself and said I want to be more of a steward of my body and my energy and my nourishment. So I'm really paying attention to this, and I'm really about honoring the body that God has given me, because there are times I just want to make sure that I'm taking my health serious. And I've also tasked my goal where this year makes 10 years since I graduated from pharmacy school. I know I don't look like it, I know. But I do want to take this time, and I just said I will release some things. I realized some habits that I have had since becoming a pharmacist. I want to release those things. So going to Q2, I really want to focus on my fitness and health from a grounded place, and not necessarily punishment, and not extremes, but just, and not even trying to be perfect, but really just locking in and taking care better of myself. So I'm really excited about that, and I want to make sure that I handle like just different aspects of my life, get those things together. And because, you know, health is just so more than just working out. It's maintenance, it's preventative, and it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves. So I think, you know, as high achievers, as caregivers, as professionals, as business owners, we show up for everybody else, but we lay our own maintenance. And I don't want to keep doing it. I want to make sure that I take out time for that. And I also want to take a time to say, like from a CEO perspective, Q1 gave me a lot to be proud of. Like, I got to really look at PharmD RPH, not just the company, but the brand, but really like the body of work that's changing lives, like the Naplex play, how it has continued to evolve, how our vision has gotten clearer, our teaching has gotten sharper, our systems have gotten stronger. and really the outcomes and the stories that's behind the continued work. We remind ourselves why we do this and why it matters. So I'm even more excited about that. And something I'm really reflecting on is how important it is not to just sell a program, but to really build something that truly supports transformation. I care deeply about what pharmacists need between the calls and between the lessons and between the setbacks and between the moments when that doubt creeps in. And so when I look at this quarter, I'm very proud of the work we did to continue to build the Naplex Play program, to the Think Like a Pharmacist framework, to refining that experience, to pour into the pharmacists who said yes, and create a container that's not just educational but supportive, strategic, and transformational. And I'm telling you, that March 4th webinar was just so good and so different. It represented, like, it was just not more just content. It represented, like, this is why we do what we do. Like, this is what I have been called to do. I know the people I'm called to serve. And that, for me, especially if there are business owners watching this, I want to say that sometimes progress does not always look loud. Sometimes progress doesn't look like, sometimes progress looks like supplication and just serving well and redefining the thing that already works. And that looks like just really honestly not quitting, and that really counts. Okay, that really counts. Also too, coaching on the bigger side, like this quarter also remind me like why I coach and why it matters so much to me, because I help pharmacists change, you know, their life, like the past the Naplex. Like, I teach them strategy, systems, and execution, retention, and performance, you know. But the true coaching is so much bigger than the exam, you know. It's about helping people see themselves differently. It's about, you know, helping people rebuild trust in themselves. It's about helping move from discouragement to clarity, from that chaos, strategy, and all those things. And one of the beautiful things I got to experience was being on a panel today for a healthy wellness event, and being alongside of a previous client, Dr. Selman. That meant so much to me, because when you coach people, when you pour into them, when you walk with them through seasons of uncertainty and growth, then later you get to see them thriving and speaking and evolving and prospering and living in what God has for them. That does something to your heart, and it reminds me that this work is not in vain. It reminds me that coaching is not just about information, it's about impact. It reminds me that when you help people transform, you are planting seeds that continue to grow long after the original season. And I was just so proud. I am proud. I was proud today to see her stand, to stand beside her. Proud to witness the fruit. Proud to know that the work we really do does have a ripple effect. That moment reminded me being a coach is such a privilege. It's a responsibility, and it's a calling that I do not take lightly. And just having that round table talk, and just being like, just having it and just pouring back into the community, because, you know, it's all about being well-rounded. You know, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a coach, I'm a CEO, but I'm also a whole person who has all these goals. And it was just so good just to see that, and then to speak to the people in my community, and just talk to them. And it's like, in the questions they have, they come in, and I'm just grateful for that. Even just yesterday doing HIV testing for the biker club, like, had an event, and it was like doing it for them. Like, that there is just, these are the things why I signed up to be a pharmacist, because one of the things we as pharmacists, like, we have so much impact, so much value to see and do, and we do so much more than just pills. And it was just such a privilege to do that, to pour into people, because, you know, the lives that we have a chance to impact lives. I'm just so inspired by that. But I want to make sure that I reflect. But I want to say, as I step into Q2, I'm not carrying pressure. I'm just carrying these perspectives. I'm taking the lessons, the wins, the clarity that I've, even conviction that I had, even the responsibility. I'm taking that into Q2 and I'm putting it in my alignment and execution, because that's what Q2 is about. It's about, for me, going deeper in my faith. It's about being more disciplined in my health. It's about caring. It's about taking care of the details I delayed. It's about continuing to build the business with intention. And Q2, I'm going to strengthen systems for every area of my life. It's about serving the pharmacists who have decided to embark their journey with me and advance to the next level. But I'm also about, this quarter is about creating a life I love, not just a life that looks productive on paper. And I think that is what I want this video to leave. I want to leave this video with you with that. It's about, as we close out Q1 and you may be feeling like behind, I want you to know that it's not too late. You are reflecting on the last few months and realizing there are things you need to change, and that is okay. If you are proud of some things and disappointing others, that's still okay too. Because reflection is not meant to shame you, it's meant to reveal some things. And once you can see clearly, you can move differently. So don't rush past the lesson, okay? Don't ignore what this quarter has shown you, because it gave you some data that you need to go into. So I want to say, just simply ask yourself, what did this quarter reveal to me about me? What are some things I need to release and rebuild? And just be brave enough to answer it honestly. That's the main thing. No matter how it may sound or how you may think it, just be brave enough to answer. So this is where I am. We're closing out Q1 with gratitude. We're stepping to Q2 with intention. And we're honoring what we built and acknowledging, where, especially me, acknowledge where I need to grow, and recommitting to the version of myself that is aligned in faith, health, business, purpose, and life. And I just want to also just say thank you for being here, because I know this is not my typical video. I thank you for watching. I thank you for growing with me. And if this video has resonated with you, I want you to drop a comment and tell me this. What did Q1 reveal to you? And what are you choosing to embrace in Q2? Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because as always, I want you to remember this, that you earned a degree. It's tough. Sometimes life is just more bigger than that. You are bigger than that, okay? Until next time, remember that pharmacy is home if you are. Now go be great, and I'll talk to you guys later.